All right, today we're going to talk about something every single one of us has been through, getting a test back. But here's the thing, we're not going to focus on the test itself. Nope, we're going to look at a totally different way to think about your results. Let's dive in.
Okay, be honest with me. When your teacher hands that test back, the one you've been kind of dreading, where do your eyes go first? Come on, we all know the answer.
Yep, straight to that single number, right? That big red circle at the top of the page. And for a second, it feels like that's it. That's the whole story of all your hard work.
I mean, that number can feel like this huge final verdict, right? It can make you feel like a genius or, well, like you totally blew it. But what if I told you that score is just one tiny piece of a much bigger puzzle?
Okay, so this is where we need to stop and challenge a super common habit. And honestly, it's a pretty unhelpful habit we all fall into when we're trying to figure out how we did.
So what's the big mistake? It's seeing that grade and immediately slapping a label on it. I passed or I failed. I'm good at this or I'm terrible at this, without digging any deeper. And that kind of thinking, it can seriously get in the way of actually learning anything.
So check this out. It's like there are two totally different ways to look at this. You've got the score-focused view, where that final number is the be-all and end-all. But then you've got the growth-focused view, and this one's different. It asks better questions, like, okay, but what did I actually do during the test? Did I really try? Did I use those strategies we practiced in class? See the difference?
So let's do it. Let's totally redefine what success looks like. It's time for a new way of thinking about your results, one that's actually going to help you get better.
And here's the big idea, the main shift we need to make. Real success, it's not just about that final number. It's about the process. It's about what you did during the test.
No, seriously, think about it. The real win is in the process, not just the outcome. Knowing you actually gave it your best shot, that you used the tools you were taught. Man, that is a huge win all by itself, no matter what number is circled up top.
All right, I get it. This all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Well, it all starts by asking yourself a few different questions when you get that test back. So instead of your brain just screaming, "What did I get?" try these 3 questions on for size. Number 1, did I use my strategies? Like, did I actually remember to outline that essay or double-check my work? 2, did I stay focused, or was I staring out the window half the time? And 3, did I give my full effort? Was that really my best shot? Trust me, the answers you get from these questions are worth so much more than the grade itself. Okay, let's look at an example to see what this really looks like in action.
All right, so let's say you get a 75 on a really tough test. The old way of thinking just goes, ugh, a 75, a C, not great. But with this new growth-focused view, you might look at it differently. Yeah, the score was a 75, but how well did you use your strategies? Maybe that was a 90. Why? Because you remembered to use process of elimination, you didn't rush, you stayed calm, you did everything you were supposed to do.
And that's the key right there. Even when the score isn't perfect, using your strategies is progress. A huge step forward, actually. It means you're getting better at the how, and when your process improves, guess what? The scores will start to follow.
And just to be clear, this isn't some excuse for a bad grade. It's about seeing the whole picture. It's about recognizing where you're actually making real progress. And that is the complete opposite of failure.
So really, we need to change how we see that test score. It's not your destiny, okay? It's not some final judgment on who you are. It's just data.
Because growth doesn't come from labels, right? Whether it's smart or struggling. Real growth comes from reflection. It comes from being honest with yourself about your effort, your focus, and your strategies, and then figuring out, okay, what can I do better next time?
I really want this idea to stick with you. Every single test gives you information, but it's information about your skills in that moment, not about your worth as a person. There's a huge difference. So I've got a question for you. The next time you get a test back, what information are you going to look for? Beyond that one number at the top, what are you really going to look for?